that tells you everything you need to know about how they felt about him. They didn't just like him, they targeted him. They saw a defense that lost Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, and they went and got a corner they believe can stop and fit right into that pressure cooker, right? And this is not some random, he doesn't have some random traits or random gamble this as far as this goes. Delane allowed 27.8% completion rate last season. That is an elite coverage production. You put that kind of a player in Steve Spagnuolo's system with that kind of confidence, that maturity, and that ability to challenge receivers. Now you're not just filling a hole, you're protecting the identity of that defense. What's happening, everybody? This is Mr. Big Temp. I am joined with Mr. Mike LaFleur. We are the Cave Cast. I want to say thank you guys for joining us. And if you are new to the channel, we want to say hello. How are you? Thanks for joining us. And if you are a subscriber who has been with us for some time now, we want to say thank you for continuing to support us in our efforts to become the greatest sports channel of all time. I had to throw that in. I just had to. I heard it the other night. So, anyway, as you can tell, we are Chiefs fans. And if you are joining us, you more than likely are too. I keep getting these alerts for weather. They're killing me. Killing me. Okay? With that being said, we are a couple days removed from the 2026 NFL Draft. And I am, for one, kind of surprised at some picks and very, very intrigued by others. And that doesn't mean necessarily with the Chiefs, just with other teams as well. But I'm here to talk about the Chiefs. If you haven't, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you're not a subscriber. We want to keep you guys coming back. Mike, how have you been before we get into this? I know draft was something, you was eagerly awaiting as myself.
I'm just glad it's over. Damn, man. Yeah.
A lot of guys are saying that they are too. They said this is about the only time they've had some sleep here, which is the last 2 days. Is because
I was just sick of it because I got tired of the goddamn offensive tackle talk. I am so glad that was just smoke and full. This just tells you what the insiders actually don't know.
Well, yeah.
Like, bruh,
It's crazy, isn't it?
it's insane.
Well, let's put it like this, and we'll start with talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and what they actually did in this draft, okay? Because before that, or before the draft, everybody was saying, hold the line at 9, which I did too. Take the best player available. I said that too. Well, Brett Veach looked at the board and said, nah, our guy's sitting at, about 6. So the Chiefs moved up and got Mansoor Delane, the corner out of LSU. And to me, that tells you everything you need to know about how they felt about him. They didn't just like him, they targeted him. They saw a defense that lost Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, and they went and got a corner they believe can stop and fit right into that pressure cooker, right? And this is not some random, he doesn't have some random traits or random gamble this as far as this goes. Delane allowed 27.8% completion rate last season. That is an elite coverage production. You put that kind of a player in Steve Spagnuolo's system with that kind of confidence, that maturity, and that ability to challenge receivers. Now you're not just filling a hole, you're protecting the identity of that defense. Then they came back at 29 and took Peter Woods. Now, I'm going to say this from Clemson, okay? We did about a little over 2 months ago, best players at positions, okay? We did defensive tackle, defensive end, okay, free safety, okay. We had Peter Woods as the number one defensive tackle in this draft. I tried to tell people that that was the best defensive tackle in this draft. A lot of people didn't agree with me. I said, I think the Chiefs are going to target him if they get the opportunity because he is the best D tackle in this draft. And lo and behold, that's the kind of pick that they made. Okay. Now, it may not be, from your loud casual fans, but it does matter. Chris Jones is still the monster in the middle, but he cannot play every meaningful snap forever. Woods gives you explosion, power, youth, and a rotational interior piece who can grow into something bigger. Then in round two, they take Armanson Thomas, an edge rusher from Oklahoma. Now, you're seeing, if you haven't already, the plan. Corner, defensive tackle, edge. That is in the Spags, playbook for football. Coverage and pressure. Pressure and coverage, right? Make quarterbacks uncomfortable, force bad decisions, and let Mahomes on offense go and win the game. Jaden Kennedy in round 4 gives them another versatile defensive back. Corner, nickel, safety experience. That all that matters. And it matters in Kansas City because if you cannot do multiple things, you better be elite at one thing. Kennedy gives them flexibility. And he should have a path on special teams right away, pretty much. Then round 5 gets, that got interesting. Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. He might be one of the most underrated picks in the class. Big Ten running back of the year, over 1,400 yards rushing, 46 catches. That is not a depth, just depth. It's not just a depth piece, okay? That is a offensive weapon, okay? I don't care what anybody says. That is an offensive weapon that they really actually did. It just kind of fell into their lap, And with that kind of offensive weapon, Andy Reid, he can play around with this now. He can use him creatively. Cyrus Allen gives him another receiver, especially a slot receiver, with actual touchdown production. 13 touchdowns last year. You don't just luck into 13 touchdowns. He may have had, he might have to fight for snaps. But he does bring energy, route running, and he is a red zone producer, especially in a room that needed more competition, right? You also get Garrett Nussmeier in the 7th, and that's a no-risk quarterback swing. You let him sit, learn, develop, see what happens. So when I look at the Chiefs draft, I see a team that understood the assignment. They didn't draft like a desperate team. They drafted like a team trying to keep the championship window wide open. They added coverage, they added pass rush, they added depth, they added competition, and most importantly, they gave Patrick Mahomes a roster that should be harder to beat in January. This wasn't a flashy draft. This was a Kansas City draft. And that might be even scarier. Now, Mike, I know for a fact I have a pick in this draft that I really do like. That, it may not be the flashy pick or whatever, that everybody else likes. But I think that I'm coming around to the pick being like probably my favorite of this draft. And I'm going to tell you, it's Jaden Kennedy. I really like that pick. And not for nothing, just for the simple fact that he can do a little bit of everything in that secondary. Do you have anybody you think you really, you're intrigued by as far as this draft goes for the Chiefs?
I have two.
Oh, okay.
Uh, it's Peter Woods and Cyrus Allen.
Cyrus Allen is intriguing as well.
Listen, let me tell you about something about Cyrus Allen. And I hit the net, and I look, I be knowing what I'm talking about. So I was in a space, and I was like, "Damn, you know who this dude remind me of? He gives
Hmm.
me, he gives me Ty Hilton vibe.
Okay, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibes he give me. Now check this out. And now I didn't know this. So he was. Remember, I was telling you. Well, he was in actually in one of the spaces that yesterday,
Okay,
and they was asking him questions and stuff. But one of the homies, he showed me this clip where his coach, who was also T.Y. Hilton and Tutu Atwaller's coach, his
okay,
coach said that he's better than both of them
okay,
coming out.
okay.
Now, I just thought it was pretty crazy because I literally compared him to T.Y. Hilton, let it not even knowing that his coach was actually T.Y. Hilton's coach as well. So
That's kind of crazy.
I thought that was crazy.
So
Yeah.
here's my breakdown of Cyrus Allen, right? Wide receiver out of Cincinnati, round five, pick 176. Allen, he gives you a little juice and touchdown production. In 2025, he led Cincinnati with 51 catches, 674 yards receiving, and 13 receiving touchdowns. Now that tied for third in the FBS, and it did set a school single season record. Now he also stood out in all-star settings and was praised for his route running and competitiveness. That makes me happy because
Listen,
what we need really is a guy who can separate, especially in the slot position. And I like to see that, they talk about his route running ability and his competitiveness.
listen. I think he might already be the best separator on the team.
Could possibly be. Cyrus,
Like I think Worthy is up there too. But like, bro, I've seen this nigga. Man, that's why he got all them goddamn touchdowns,
yeah,
especially in the red zone. Because one on one, I'm like dead ass. A lot of dudes cannot stay on him one on one. Like in man
yeah,
coverage, you're not keeping up with that dude. He's gonna leave you in the dust.
yeah. And let's be honest, a lot of people did have Cyrus Allen as a late round receiver. But the way I look at it is he has the real scoring production in his repertoire, right? And like I said before, 13 touchdowns is not an accident. This dude is a competitive guy. He likes to go get the ball. He has the ability to separate. So that makes me happy when I talk about getting another receiver. And actually, if you think about it, getting a Cyrus Allen may actually give them the ability to put guys in the proper places at receiver, like maybe using what's his name, Jaden Royals out at the edge, you know, as a you know wide out receiver, like a real wide out receiver, X
Yeah.
Y, maybe the ability that putting him in those situations where he can actually succeed, you know, actually being able to use I don't know, Rasheed Rice with one of his better attributes, which is, catching the ball downfield when he was coming out of college. Maybe Xavier Worthy as well. So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
it might be that one thing that it does put them in the proper places. Just saying.
Yeah, you know what I found interesting too. I don't know, but they got both of the. And I know they didn't draft the other dude, but they got both of the Cincinnati receivers.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. And then they pick up another receiver from and as a UDFA from Washington.
Oh yeah, his name is Xavier Howard or it's Omar. It's something like that. I can't even think of the name. He's
Okay.
fast as shit though.
I did hear that. Uh so here's how I look at it, right? The draft class to me, the only one that really, was a supposedly a blue chip. Well, I say it was two of them to me.
I think it's two.
Yeah, so two of them to me, and it was Mansoor Delane and Peter Woods. Okay,
Bro,
Mansoor
Peter
Delane.
Woods, you know he was
What?
the number one player going into 2024, 2025 season.
Exactly,
He just
exactly.
had a down year, but that's because Clemson. That's because they lost that dude from Clemson, and he changed their whole like
Yeah,
defense like that. Because T.J. Parker even had a down year, like the whole
exactly.
team.
Yep.
So
So here's my thing about Mansoor Delane. Okay, so he is a headline cornerback to me. He is CB1 ready. Now the Chiefs they moved up because they clearly saw Delane as the replacement for McDuffie. ESPN noted, that he only allowed 27.8% completion percentage rate last season. Now, that says it's third best in FBS, and contested was 67% of his target, right? He is a prototypical Spags corner. He's mature, he's confident, he's sticky in coverage. They call him Mr. Sticky Man. I don't know if you heard that. I did not know
mhm.
that. And they expect him to play right away. The Chiefs didn't just draft a corner, okay? They drafted a very, very good defensive chess piece that they can use in different ways, sort of like they did with McDuffie in certain situations. And I like it. The Peter Woods pick, okay, so this is the pick that came from the Rams. Okay, this is the number 29. Woods gives Kansas City a defensive interior disruption, right? He's a disruptor. If you place him next to Chris Jones, the possibilities are incredible. I'm gonna
Bro, you know,
I'm gonna be
and this
honest with you.
the thing that kills me, like even before we got our Mason, bro,
Yeah,
I don't understand why people act like getting pressure up the middle isn't a factor.
it's a big
Like
factor.
they act like it's
Aaron
only
Donald, Aaron
it
Donald
on
made a living out of it.
exactly. Thank you. Oh, check this out. Did you know the last I think it's the last five Super Bowls? None of them have had a dominant edge rusher.
Yeah,
The winners.
I did hear
They've
that.
all they've all been dominant interior linemen.
Yep. You
A
know
lot of
what
people
I'm
don't
getting?
realize that.
I'm getting kind of like Aaron Donald vibes off of Peter Woods.
Bro, see, I didn't want to say it. I was gonna let you say it first. Because I didn't want to sound delusional.
I'm just saying he's not as built as Aaron Donald
I'm
was
kind
because
of
Aaron.
mad he didn't do the. I'm kind of mad he didn't do the RAS score because he didn't do the whole thing. I think that he only did the. I think it was the 20-yard split, so he didn't do the whole
Yeah,
thing or whatever. Because I really wanted
but
to see how he compared.
yeah,
But bro, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm
I'm
just
not saying
saying.
he gonna be Aaron Donald, but I think
No, but
like in terms
I'm
of
getting that vibe from
yeah,
him. Like
because of his
he's
body type. It's his body type. They both didn't have long arms. I think
exactly.
he has slightly shorter arms than Donald did because I think Donald only had like 32-inch arms.
But you know what's funny about that is his quick feet. He's got such quick feet for a big man. He's got great hip movement. I love to see a big guy who can move like that, man. That's
He's actually
that.
bigger than Donald in terms of like weight and
Oh
height
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Donald was only like 6 foot. This
yeah,
dude is 6'2"
yeah.
or 6'1", I think. So
Uh, like I said, this pick came from the Rams. Now Woods, like I said, he's a great disruptor. He was the 2025 second team AP All American and first team All ACC. And that, while he was with Clemson, okay, they listed him at 6'2", 298 pounds. Now, a lot of places framed him as a rotational piece early, who can help Jones stay fresh and improve the third down rush. I don't think he's just going to replace snaps for Chris Jones. Not just yet. I think he's going to be, you know, keeping Jones dangerous in the fourth quarter, right?
But that's the thing
That's
with him is that you can move him anywhere. It's not like
exactly. You
I
can
think
move
that's
him
what people are
anywhere.
missing. They're just missing that he's a defensive tackle. Yeah,
Yes.
but that nigga moves all over the line. He plays on the edge, the inside, one tech, three tech. It don't matter. Like
Yeah, he
that's the
does.
thing.
And I like the pick because to me, we haven't had a guy like this who is nimble, who is violent at the point of attack, and is strong as
When the
shit.
last Hey, let me ask you something. When the last time Chris Jones had a young bull like he now hold on, let me rephrase that. When the last time he's had two young bulls, because he gonna have Omar Norman lot back this year too.
Yep.
When the last
Yeah.
time, and to be honest with you, I could really say three. Because even with Tonga, I know he's not young, but he's still,
Yeah,
I think he's like
he's still
28.
fairly he's still
Yeah.
fairly young, but
But I'm just
not.
saying, as far as the defensive tackle position go,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jones ain't had this kind of talent next to him in a very long time, if
No,
ever. To be honest with you.
not at all. Not in a long time, especially not like this young. Uh, we also want to get into R. Mason Thomas. Now, round two, pick 40.
Oh,
R. Mason Thomas. This is a
oh,
classic. This is a classic Chiefs pressure pick, right? Thomas had 9 sacks and 12 and a half tackles for loss in 2024. Then followed that with 6.5 sacks and 9.5 tackles for loss in 2025, despite missing time with a leg injury. He ran a 4.67 second 40 at the combine per Chiefs draft, uh, Kansas City Chiefs draft line. So right now, a lot of people weren't talking about R. Mason Thomas. Even we didn't put him in our top five, right? But that was because I was going by what I thought Spags would do. The reason why this was
yeah, we didn't think Spags was gonna
not
go
no,
that
because
spot.
he
Yeah.
is he is does not fit into the wheelhouse of what Spags has normally done.
Man, you know what
That's
else
why
I
we
think
didn't talk
happened?
about him.
But you know what I think happened too, though. So you know
What?
what happened with you know what happened with Nick Benito, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
obviously he plays for the Broncos
And
now.
we had a chance to get him, and they never did it.
But the thing is too, though, is that that's actually R. Mason Thomas's favorite player, and he also is the reason why R. Mason Thomas went to Oklahoma in the first place because they
Exactly.
both went to Oklahoma.
Yep.
So
So yeah,
that's
and
gonna be
he's about the
real
same.
interesting.
He's
They're the
about the
same player, literally.
yeah,
Like
pretty much. So this, like I said, this is a Spags, edge rusher as far as his tenacity goes, but build wise, he is not anything like what Spags has ever, you know, had at defensive edge. Not
bro,
that I,
I seen a lot of dudes like I've been doing a lot like listening to a lot of dudes on their board. Man, they saying that dude was the second best pass like pure pass rusher behind Bailey.
yeah, I heard that too. Uh,
So
uh, it
because
just,
I think he had like a 90 pass rush grade
yeah,
in college basketball.
it
So,
caught me off guard that we went actually got R. Mason Thomas because, like I said, this is not in the wheelhouse of Spags. He is a 6'3", 244-pound defensive edge, and I'm looking at this going, ain't no way in hell they did that. That don't even seem like a Spags move, right? But they did. So, Jaden Kennedy. defensive back out of Oregon,
He
which
will
I
be the starter. He will be the starting nickel. I don't care what nobody say.
round four, pick 109, and Kennedy is versatile. Played corner nickel. I've said this before. Played corner nickel and safety at Ole Miss before starting at nickel for Oregon in 2025. He finished the season with 39 tackles, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. This dude is a toolbox player. He is a piece that you can do so much with, right? And he all he does is make the roster that much better, especially on defense. Emmett Johnson, running back out of Nebraska. I think this kid, he's going to take a little time, I think, to get up to speed. Just not I'm not saying a whole lot, but just a little bit. But I like the intangibles on this kid. I like his ability to run the ball. I like his ability to get through the hole. I mean, I wasn't really expecting us to get another running back in this draft for real. But you did say you wanted to get one, and
Oh, I
you,
wasn't. I wasn't really
you
surprised because
how do you feel about the running back that we did pick up in Emmett Johnson since you are a running back guy?
I mean, I don't mind him. He's not like I said, he doesn't really have like top speed. I mean, he has decent speed. I wouldn't say he's like slow, but
Yeah,
no, I think he's a good depth piece though. Cause
that's what I was thinking.
yeah, like I keep people keep bro. This is my thing. Cause the running back room is a little loaded right now, right?
It is.
I, if anybody thinks DeMercado is making this roster, I got news for you. I don't think he's making this roster. The reason why I don't think he's making this
Hmm.
roster The reason why I don't think he's making the roster is because first of all, he's 28 years old.
Okay.
And on top of that, you got so you already got Brashard,
Yeah.
who's still on a rookie contract.
Okay.
And they got Jaden Ott in the undrafted free agency.
Yeah, that was the other one that I was like, man,
Exactly.
that's a great pickup as a UDFA. If this kid is healthy, he's electric. I I don't
Because
know.
they're probably gonna keep four running backs like they've been doing.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, people keep talking because I keep like I was talking to this dude. He's like, "Well, why would they sign him if they was on?" I'm like, the same way they signed Mitchell last year and didn't use him.
exactly. And didn't
It's the
use him.
same thing. It's literally the same thing, bro.
Don't act like
They're
we
gonna
haven't
keep
seen this movie before. Don't act like we haven't
like
seen the ending of this.
yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, and then on top of that, I'm like, even with Brashard, like even if you're not running the ball with him, he's your punt and kick returner.
Yeah.
Easy. That you could put him in that role and just leave him there. And let's say you wanted to put Jaden Ott, I guess as the third back. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, you got that there's your four right there. You don't need like DeMercado, you could put him on the practice squad and you'll be good. I'm telling you, if you put Brashard on the practice squad, somebody's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. So now, it is what it is. And it's a good problem to have where you have these problems where now you got to pick a weapon. What weapon am I keeping?
Right.
What weapon I have at my disposal that's going to give me the best ability to make plays, win games, right?
I
So
still
it
think I still think
go,
Brashard is the second. I think he's still number two in my opinion because Brashard
could
has
be,
more. He has more wiggle and he has more speed than
yeah.
them other two.
And like you said, you never know with the fact that you know if he is playing that much, and then you have, I mean, damn, if getting Jaden Ott in there is going to be,
That's why.
you know,
That's why I don't
that's
think
going to be,
DeMercado's making the roster.
yeah,
It might as well be a wrap for him. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, it might be so, but you know. This is the things that we wanted. We wanted these kind of problems where we could have these kind of choices, right? I will tell you, the defense, what everything they did during this draft told me they understood we have to get better on defense. And they went after the secondary like it wasn't, they weren't playing around. And then they went and got two additional pieces to put on the defensive line that I think could make an impact as time goes on for the season. Especially Peter Woods and R. Mason Thomas, being that they came from schools and they were productive at those schools at, playing, big time college football. So I'm really eager to see how this plays out. I really
I'm not
am.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I still think we need to get Cam Thomas or Cam Jordan.
I don't think it would hurt just for the simple fact
I'm
of
only
the
I'm only saying
ability.
that because I think they need another pure pass rusher.
Yeah, I don't think that
Like,
would hurt.
yeah, I think they need to do that. If they do
Who,
that, the defensive line is complete.
yeah, who, not Chiefs wise, what team, excuse me, what team intrigued you the most about who they took at a certain point in the draft that you did not see coming?
Uh, I'm trying to think. Oh, well, it's really two.
Okay,
Bro, I don't know what the fuck the Cardinals are doing.
that's one.
Bro, you took
That's
Jeremiah Love at 3, and you
yeah.
already got 5 running backs already.
I did not understand that.
That made no. You just signed fucking Algier. You got Trey Benson. They got somebody else too.
Oh,
I
it's a
can't think of
couple
who
of them.
else.
It's a
They
couple of
got a
them.
lot though. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
what are y'all doing?
yeah. Who was the other one
I
that
think
you?
that I think that I think that dragged up the whole draft though, because everybody was expecting the Titans to. I think the Titans was gonna get love, honestly.
I think they were too. Okay, so who's another one? Another team? You said you had two of them. Who's the other one?
Uh, the Rams.
That was the one I was going to say. The
I don't
Rams
know,
is the
bro.
one.
Listen,
That's the one
man.
that really kind of caught me off guard. I was like, they went and got a quarterback in this draft, in this draft,
Man, look, I don't know
and
what
it
they're
and
doing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about especially Ty Simpson.
Now, you know what's crazy? This is what's
Mm.
so crazy about them getting him at 13. What they pick at 13, right?
Yeah, it was at
Pretty sure it was
13.
13.
Yeah, it was at
This is what
13.
I don't get. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we might have got the second best quarterback in the draft with
Nussmeyer?
Nussmeyer.
Yeah, you
The
might be
only
right.
reason why he failed, the only reason why he failed that far is because of that injury he got
Yeah, he
to
had
his
the
back.
injury.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he didn't look good last year because he was playing through the injury and shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in 2024, that nigga was a first round pick, first like easy. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the country that year.
Yep.
So
Can't say you're wrong. Cannot say you're wrong. So you might be right about that. And that's why I was like, y'all took Simpson at 13 with all these other players that was, I mean, you still had a chance to get Reuben Bain if you wanted to.
man, that's what I'm saying.
I'm like,
Dumb.
what? That I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Not at all. So,
I'm trying to
but
think. Is there another team? Not really.
I mean, not to me it wasn't
Oh, I have another one.
oh, you do?
This was they. I think this team had one of the worst drafts in the draft. The 49ers
Oh, they were
getting Stripling at 33
mm-mm.
was fucking in. Dad, they got him at 33
That
and
was
then
what
drafted Kalen Black in the third round.
mm-mm-mm.
Remember we was getting Kalen Black on the mock drafts in like the
Yeah,
sixth, seventh round, bro.
exactly.
That was fucking crazy. Oh my god, that was
Mm.
bad, bro.
Yeah,
They had
they
a terrible draft.
Yeah, I don't think they I don't think they were ready. Maybe they were asleep still. Maybe
And
that's what
it's
was
not that I
happening.
don't like the players because I do. I actually like like I think Taylor Black was a good running back too. But like
I like
just
Jalen
picking
Black.
them where they picked them, yeah, like just picking them where they picked them. I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
for the value as far as that goes with you.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, dog? That was bad.
Well, I don't have a whole lot, but I will say this: if you're a Chiefs fan, tell me who you, as far as our picks, tell me who you think is the guy that's really going to make an impact besides Mansoor Delane. I think Mansoor Delane and Peter Woods are going to make an impact. But tell me who the guy you think is going to make an impact. And on top of that, uh, also, tell me about a person or a player that you thought or you wanted the Chiefs to pick up and they didn't, right? You know, I heard everybody complaining about defensive edge. We should have got, Ruben Bain at, this and that. And look, it is what it is. I ain't going to complain about who we got right now because the way I look at it is we hit every position that we needed to hit and you know, reach for anybody, right? So, we did well. I thought we did well in this draft. So, but I'd like to hear from everybody about who they thought the Chiefs should have got.
Hey,
So
I gotta mention my boy, man. Listen.
who
I know he was undrafted,
who
and you already know who I'm about to say. You already know who I'm about to say.
Mr. Caldwell.
Listen, man. Listen, we can't ignore what is available to us. Okay,
Yeah, I'm not ignoring it. I
the
just
nigga is a freak. Listen, I don't give a god. Look, if the Eagles can draft a motherfucker that ain't ever played football in his life before, then I have the right to be optimistic about a nigga that has played football before. God
listen,
damn it.
listen. Let me ask you something, just for shits and giggles, just to appease me. I had said something to somebody about this today, and I said, at 6'5", 6'6", he's 220 pounds right now. What if you turn him into a tight end? What if you make him gain about 25 pounds and you play him at tight end? Just just saying, not saying it's gonna happen, but just can you imagine it with that speed and that athletic ability? And let's say they put him in there with Travis Kelce, and Travis just starts, giving him the game, showing him little things. Could you imagine
Look,
a guy,
man.
a guy with that kind of
All I
speed?
know, all I know is I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Y'all can call me delusional all y'all want. That nigga's making the team. Now I'm not saying he gonna do anything. The reason why I think he's making the team is because they're not gonna just let him hit the practice squad because he's gonna get picked up. He's
Yeah,
gonna be one. He's gonna be like Ethan Driscoll. Remember, Ethan
yeah,
Driscoll? They kept him on the roster simply because of his upside, based
yeah,
off his athleticism. That was it. It wasn't.
and,
That was the only reason why they was like, oh,
yeah,
the what this dude can, how this dude can move athletically at
yeah.
his size. You just never know. So we're just gonna keep him on the roster. They're gonna do the exact same thing to Caldwell. I guarantee it. I'm telling you.
You might be right. You might be onto something. You might be. We'll just have to
Hey,
wait and
I just
see.
want Patrick to throw. I just want Patrick to throw that nigga the ball down the field one time and watch that nigga go up and snag it. I'm gonna be. Ooh, listen.
I know you're gonna be talking crap, just crazy.
Oh, I'm gonna be talking so much because I like both him and obviously I like Cyrus Allen better because I do think he's a better separator and all that kind of stuff. But man, and here's the thing that ain't nobody talking about. You got Chad O'Shea as your coach now.
Yeah, that's gonna make a
Listen,
difference. It's gonna make a
listen.
difference.
Oh my lord, listen. I'm just saying, y'all. Look, and it's another thing I have to mention just before we get off, man.
Mm.
I'm tired of people acting like the Chiefs got goddamn Trey Tucker, uh, Sky Moore, and I don't know. Uh, give me a bad receiver that was just bad. Uh,
Powell, Glenn, go,
yeah, somebody just try like we just got ass receivers. Like all out of nowhere, Rasheed Rice then turned into a bum. Yeah, I'm really tired. A lot of Chiefs fans, y'all are embarrassing.
I
You
don't
know what
think
I'm saying?
Rasheed Rice is nowhere close to a bomb. Nowhere close.
Bro, if he all this is all Rasheed Rice gotta do. Stay out of trouble and play for the full season.
Yeah.
You play for the whole season, Rasheed is gonna put up numbers, bro.
Yep.
The
He damn sure
he's
will.
gonna put up numbers just based, and it's not even just it's based. It's not even just based off of him, but just based off of how
Excuse me.
their offense is literally ran through him when it comes to the pass game.
Yeah.
It's literally him. So he's gonna be the focal point of getting the majority of the touches and shit like that. So
Yeah.
he's gonna put up numbers. He just gotta, like I said, stay healthy and stay out of trouble. That's all he gotta do.
That's all he got to do. Dang.
Yeah. Like we got some talent in the receiver room, bro. And I do think that like since Hollywood ain't here no more, you're gonna see a bigger role for Thornton,
Yeah.
and then hopefully we see more from Royals.
That's what I wanted
So
to know. If we could get some more out of Royals, give him a
yeah, I
chance to
don't
get
think
out there.
our offense is gonna be straight. And then with this run game, bruh, nigga. Listen, man. I don't
uh,
think people realize what Walker about to do for this offense, man.
yeah. Well,
They
not
don't
only that, it be enemy opening it up, trying to get them more running plays
listen.
involved.
And you know what's
Right.
crazy? Everybody talking about getting Mahomes help when it comes to like a receiver. And I'm like, look, I'm all for that, right? But I don't know why people act like him potentially having 1,000 yard back isn't gonna have a huge impact. You know, Mahomes has never had 1,000 yard back. You want to talk about getting him help? How about we give him something he ain't never had before?
Exactly. Give him a thousand
He's
yard
never
back.
had one, bro. Thank you.
You
Like,
need
okay,
it.
I'll put it this way: that year, 2018, when Kareem
Yeah.
was still there, and I
Yeah.
know he got up the team like later on in the year, but that was the year Mahomes was going crazy, right?
Yeah.
But they had what? A threat in the goddamn backfield.
Yeah.
See?
He was gonna hit 1,000 yards that season.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So,
So
and like I said, um I think Rice and Worthy, bro, they got potential to I think they both got potential to be 1,000 yard receivers, to be honest with you. I really do. They just gotta They just gotta lock and really, really, especially Rice. I think Rice really, like I said, he just gotta stay out of trouble
yeah, exactly.
for
So
real. And
if
I
he
think
can stay out of
Worthy,
trouble, if he can stay out of
yeah,
trouble, that would make a big difference.
most definitely. And like I
A big
said,
difference.
Worthy, I think he has potential to do the same thing. Like just stay healthy and just do what you. And like I said, the run game is gonna help both of them. So
Oh, definitely, definitely, definitely gonna help. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see what
yeah,
happens.
because ain't gonna be no more of that every team they just drop 7 to 8 players in coverage no more. You can't do that no more when you got goddamn
Mm-mm.
Kenneth Walker and all them other running backs in the backfield now.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, people
teams.
people wonder why it was so hard on our offense is because all the defenses had to do was drop 8 players in coverage because they already knew we was gonna pass the ball.
Oh, definitely. They knew that. That's why they, wouldn't
Yeah,
bring everybody down. They keep them all in coverage. That's all they do. They knew we had no threat to run the ball.
yeah,
So,
man. So it's
it's
like I said, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real interesting.
yeah. Well, that's all we have for tonight. We want to say thank you to everybody that's joined us. And we hope you enjoyed the content tonight. And if you want to talk more Chiefs football, you want to see more Chiefs football content, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, go back, check out some of our older content. We have a lot of it up, and we enjoy talking about everything from NBA basketball, college basketball to, college football and pro football. That's probably our favorite. So, but we want to say thank you to everybody that's joined us, and we hope to see y'all here again next week. I'm Big Temp. That's Mr. Michael Flair. We are the Cavecast. Y'all take it easy.